Best way to go to market in B2B is with this divide and optimize model where you have cold callers, maybe an inside sales, inbound call expertise, a demo people, closers and farmers and so forth, specialized with people who are specialized at those and processes and metrics around processing your selling process? Or do you think I need to go to market with trusted experts that help my customer through the value decision, add value every step of the way? Which one's the right one and which one's the wrong one? Trick question. It's both or neither, depending on the customer situation. I'm Mark Boundy. I wrote Radical Value. Feel free to buy that book. And I help customers figure out which of the two. And if they decide they want to go to market with a trusted expert model, I help you add to your methodology, add to your sales process to help create teams of trusted experts in your selling organization. Here's some research that validates what I do and helps you understand when you want to hire me or somebody like me to develop a teams of trusted experts. Sales Mastery partnered with Korn Ferry Miller Heiman recently to redo some CSO insights research that was done in 2018. It's their buyer expectations buyer survey. Go to salesmastery.com, get yourself a copy, talk to Jim Dickey over there. Great survey, especially if you're a research nerd like me. So what they found is that salespeople are not particularly valued as information sources by customers for their customer decision. Different companies, Gartner and so forth, have found that 85% of salespeople don't understand my business. 3% of salespeople are considered trusted advisors by their customers. So salespeople rank 9th out of 10 in terms of quality information sources, so customers go elsewhere. They self-inform, and here's what Sales Mastery found. When the customer is highly familiar with this buying decision for your product or service, they will self-inform, they'll self-inform accurately, then they want to go out to somebody who is as minimal trouble as possible. They'll go back to a sales organization and they just want to share their needs, give an evaluation process, go through the evaluation process, knock it out and make a purchase. However, Sales Mastery found that customers are willing to engage with a trusted expert. That means willing. That means you have to rise to the occasion and be a trusted expert. But customers are willing to engage with a trusted expert under some very specific circumstances. It's new to me or my company. This decision is risky to me or my company. Now, that happens an awful lot. But in those circumstances, customers know that the way salespeople are educated on the nuances of their product, they might add value to my decision. And so now you have to be one of the people who adds value. And here's the trick. If you go to market to a customer or a series of customers who are willing to talk to your salespeople, but the first person who contacts them is one of those salespeople or one of those cold callers who doesn't understand a customer's business, isn't paid to understand the customer's business, doesn't have the time to understand the customer's business because they have to make 90 dials and 50 emails a day. And that person is going to dig a credibility hole. That customer who is looking for a trusted expert is going to look at your company and say, you're not the one. You're not the trusted expert I'm going to consult. So when a customer is in that uncertain stage, they're highly willing to talk to a trusted advisor, you want to have salespeople that rise to the occasion and are that trusted expert. When that customer is highly confident in their decision and is able to make that decision and understand all the criteria and the nuances of that decision without the help of your salespeople, go ahead and provide them salespeople who efficiently provide none of that decision quality value. When your customer can make a great decision without you, don't add value. When a customer wants to have somebody who wants to add value, don't send people who don't add value. It's pretty simple. And if you go to a customer that lives up here with these kind of cold callers who don't have expertise, who can't have a business conversation, you exclude yourself from this customer's search for trusted experts. So now these two models, these two ways of going to market start to look different, start to almost look mutually exclusive. When you approach a customer with this system, they want somebody who doesn't look like the people who are approaching them. When you go to a customer with this system and they already know what they're buying and why they're buying, you're wasting their time. So these two models are appropriate in different situations, and you can't substitute one for the other. So the trick is understanding your customer's situation. That's why I've developed a scoring system that asks a variety of questions. How often do you make this decision? How expert are your people? What kind of risk? Is there executive risk? Is there project management risk? Is there implementation risk? Is there vendor risk associated with the vendors and the products in this space for this type of product or service? And the more risk, the more uncertainty there is, the more novelty there is, the higher they rank, the more likely you should be approaching your customers with trusted experts. Here's the other catch. Your people have to actually have the business acumen, the understanding of your customer's business to be that trusted expert. If they aren't, your customers are going to keep looking at until one of your competitors shows up as the trusted expert. So my job, my consultancy is about giving sales teams the kind of business acumen, the kind of ability to have high-level business discussions with customers that this model requires. So you want to provide MEDDIC or strategic selling or any methodology that tracks all the people involved in the buying decision in either of these models. But in this one, you're just tracking the customer and letting the customer take the lead. In this one, you're leading the customer. And so that methodology allows you to do either, but what the methodology is silent on is how well you do that, what kind of business acumen you apply to this kind of situation, if this situation is the one you find yourself in. That's what I do. So I hope you found this valuable. Reach out to me at mark@boundyconsulting.com if you want to discuss this in more depth. If you want a copy of my assessment tool that helps to quantify customer willingness to engage with a trusted expert, because that's for free. If you want to learn more about what it means to be a trusted expert when you're in that situation, read my book, Radical Value. It's on Amazon.com. Again, I hope this was valuable, and have a great high value day.